Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Emily here, and welcome to week 22 of my Love Lounge Hints and Tips series. And this week we are focusing on accessible and inclusive staycation destinations. If you fancy taking a loved one away over the summer, but you also want to stay in the UK and perhaps go to a city that you've not visited before. So I've got a few places that I can recommend and I've been to that I really love and I think are brilliant for disabled travellers. So the first city to think about, in my opinion, is Glasgow. It's actually where I live. And I just think it's just such an incredible city and one that quite often still, even now, gets overlooked. It's really famed for its friendly people and history and culture, and I absolutely love the architecture in Glasgow. I think some of the buildings are absolutely spectacular. I would really recommend, if you are a bit of a culture vulture and you like your art maybe, going to the Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum and head on over to my blog post because I put down a few hotels and restaurants that I think you should think about going to as well. The second city, and you guys will probably have heard a lot about what I'm going to say here. The second city that I'd recommend is Liverpool. Now, of course, Liverpool's so well known again for its friendly people, but also for the Beatles and the incredible live music scene that is in Liverpool. I would really recommend going to the Hard Day's Night Hotel, having a look around, having a cocktail in the bar, and maybe even staying there. It's totally Beatles themed and really cool. And also, you cannot really go to Liverpool, in my opinion, without taking a little visit to the Cavern Club, where so many amazing artists have played over the years. Now, it doesn't look very wheelchair accessible from the front entrance, but there is a back entrance through almost like a service elevator. It's not super glamorous, but I can promise you it is absolutely worth it once you get inside. So Liverpool will be another big recommendation of mine. And I couldn't really do a city recommendation for summer without mentioning London, could I really? There's so many amazing things going on in London at any time of year, but specifically over the summer when the weather's good. I always, when I go to London, try and stay in the East End. I absolutely love Stratford, around the Olympic Park area, and I actually went to university in East London, so when I get to go for a curry on Brick Lane or have a look at some vintage stuff on Spitalfields Market, it does make me feel a little bit at home. So that's where I would recommend, if you do fancy going to London, but keeping it quite easy to get around, accessible and inclusive. And don't forget, the Jubilee line on the Underground is perfectly accessible up to, I think, kind of Green Park area. And the DLR, the Docklands Light Railway, is 100% wheelchair accessible all the way around. So go shopping in Canary Wharf, have a coffee there as well. That's somewhere that you could really have a look at and just experience something a little bit different in such a vibrant city. So I hope that helps, guys. Until next week, speak to you soon. Bye.